Hi guys, this is Denis Oakley, and today we are talking about the Quora business model. Quora is a large consumer-facing website that helps you answer questions. And today we are going to run through their business model and see how they work. My name is Denis Oakley, and I help companies develop innovative business models. Okay, so what is a business model? Very simply, we can use this pyramid to say, who are we creating value for? What is the value, which is the value proposition? How do we create value, which is the value chain? And why will people pay money for it, which is the profit mechanism? And this gives a very clear, very simple way of understanding a business model. So in Quora's case, who is the business model for? Is basically for consumers, people who have questions, and those questions can be about almost anything. What is the value proposition? It is crowdsourced answers from people who are knowledgeable about what they're answering about to give you the answer that you need. How does the value chain work? We have users who come onto the site and they write answers for people to consume. This is provided by an IT infrastructure and a support team out in California. And how does the profit mechanism work? Well, advertisers pay money on a site with high traffic, and they hope to make enough adverts and have click-throughs to make this worthwhile. So with that in mind, let's have a look at the business model canvas that is going to lay this out a little bit more clearly. So this is the Quora business model canvas. And here we can see we've blown up that business model triangle and gone down into a lot more depth. But over here we have who, here we have what, this is all how, and so to a certain extent is this, and then this is why. This is the monetization. So very much we have consumers, people coming to the website to get answers from people, and obviously some of those answers are pretty poor, and the poor answers get downvoted, the good answers get upvoted. So Quora's aim is to provide a stream of high quality answers and information to people. And this can be either very practical in how to, for example, how to buy an expensive classic car without getting ripped off, to the more speculative, how would we build a ring around the sun, and is it possible with our current technology? The answer to that one is a big no. Not yet, but possibly in about 250 years, according to several scientists from NASA who are on the site. So that is the value proposition. For the advertisers, it is the value proposition is an engaged audience who spends a lot of time on the site and who are known quite accurately based on the questions, the topics that they like to engage with. So we have lots of people who engage with mathematics, other people who are fascinated by chess, other people who are fascinated by relationships. And Quora is able to offer advertisers very targeted interests using a similar graph, I imagine, in the back end to Facebook. So that's the value proposition for the customer segments. I haven't gone very much into the consumers because they are so many of them. I think there's about 800 million that I last saw, which is a huge number, and they come from a huge variety of different groups. So not really segmented in the normal sense. Perhaps you could say that there is an Indian segment, there is a European segment, and there is a North American segment. But beyond that, they are technologically aware and friendly. So how does Quora get all these people to the website? Well, the big one is the SEO, because every question that is asked, Quora automatically optimizes it for SEO. then the more questions that are answered and the more comments that are put in, this increasingly gives for popular questions, there may be sort of a 30, 40, 50,000 word article effectively that Quora is able to put there for SEO. And that means that in a lot of cases, they are up there at the top of the SEO rankings of the search engine results pages, and that provides a huge amount of traffic coming onto the platform every day from people who know nothing about Quora, and then Quora hopes that they enjoy the site so much after they answer their question that they then keep on using the site and browsing and potentially become a contributor. You've got the you've got the app and the website. These both bring in lots of traffic. Quora very much tries to push the mobile app because it provides a better user experience. And then Quora also has a number of agreements with major publishing sites, Forbes, Huffington Post, etc., where top answers on Quora are then syndicated out onto these other channels, which give these websites sort of more high quality content, and content that has already been proved to be interesting and to be popular, and in some cases to be viral. And at the same time, this also gives Quora lots of traffic from those sites, in turn helping it feed its engine. The customer relationships, I think I've spoken to people. No, I've never actually spoken to anyone from Quora, but I've emailed a few of them from time to time, because I've been involved in the site since I think 2012. But for the average user, there's very little engagement. Quora has a very robust be nice, be respectful policy to stop the site ending up in sort of being trolling and bad taste, like Reddit and 4chan and Yahoo Answers ended up being. But that to a large extent is user moderation and automated processes rather than active real life humans interacting with customers. So this is very, very automated, and with the number of people using the site, that is really important for the cost structure. The revenue stream, so looking at the why aspect of the business model now, is designed around advertising, and I think this is probably the biggest weakness of Quora's business model. Sometimes they've been in the top 100 websites in the world, but they've struggled to make enough money to really justify their $2 billion valuation, and certainly they've got hundreds of millions of people coming to the site each month, but to a large extent, people don't want to either click on the advertising, or in the case of the in case of the contributors, be contributing a lot of high quality content to a website that then makes money off them. So that's a big problem that Quora has struggled with and is still struggling with. So how does it do it? Well, the key resources are the platform, which is a key question and answer site, and also I think probably the huge SEO presence, and though that is often was it at the end of 2019, Quora saw a massive drop in its in its traffic as Google changed its ranking algorithm, and so Quora lost a lot of visibility in search results. So you could possibly say that the website and the SEO position is a key resource, but the really big one are the contributors, because if Quora had to pay people to write answers to every question under the sun, it would be absolutely unsustainable. So Quora persuades contributors, which can be experts in anything. I write about triathlon, business models, startups, and jungles on Quora, and I do it for free. And Quora engages me by telling me I'm a top writer, giving me advice, gamifying the whole thing. So I'm very keen to keep writing high quality content for the platform to make it very effective. And this is absolutely critical for the Quora business model. And one of the reasons Quora grew so quickly from its roots in I think 2010, 2011 was that, to start with, the founders, Adam D'Angelo was chief technical officer at Facebook, and so he was very much plugged into the Silicon Valley scene, and so he was able to get a lot of famous people, very clever people from Silicon Valley, from California startup scene, to be contributing to the platform. For example, Yishan Wong, the founder of Reddit, was on there frequently answering questions, and many other people as well. And this gave it a real kudos to start with, and that then sort of gave the seed of the initial traction. So the key activities, the platform optimization. I mean, Quora has got the basic platform now, but it's still, as I said earlier, trying to get the revenue model figured out, and so it's constantly updating, optimizing the platform to try and figure out how to get more engagement. And it's often in a position where, is it satisfying the older users? Is it getting more new users on? How does it keep both engaged and keeping to use the platform? And then there's also the other key activity. There's continual revenue experimentation, and we see lots of experiments that will last for 3 to 6 months as they try something. They say, will it generate revenue? How much will it irritate users? What is the trade-off there? So there's a lot there. And then finally, you've got the big media platforms, which it is using to push out on the PR and the articles to help generate more traffic and possibly a bit of revenue. So Quora's got about 120 staff members, which is 20 to 30 million US in costs a year, and there are the platform costs of serving something that is going to be seen by almost 1 billion people on a monthly basis. So that, in a whole, is the Quora business model. It's an advertising business model. It's not. It's very, very popular with users, with the VCs and the investors. It's not particularly attractive because the advertising market is saturated, and it really can't deliver consistent targeted advertising in the same way that either Facebook or Google can. So it's never been able to achieve the same sort of $1 trillion valuation that other companies have shown. So what I do is I do business model innovation, and that's summed up. If a product is worth 10 million, what's a new business model going to be worth to you? Because generally, when companies get out there and they innovate new business models, they are able to create vast amounts of money. Amazon, Facebook, got blanked for a minute, Uber, Airbnb, these companies all created innovative business models that have created a vast amount of value. Companies traditionally like Nestle or Nokia created new products, and as a result, they have been either destroyed or left behind in the value creation stakes. So if that is of interest to you, you're creating a startup or you're looking at business models on an enterprise basis, do give me a call and we'll see how we can help. Have a great day.